Hey, Restore Hearts family. This is the voice of your host and producer, Tiara Sharma. Can you believe that we have made it to our fourth and final episode of our series, How to Navigate the Social Emotional Component as we Parent Our Children? And I hope that you have been encouraged and enlightened and educated tremendously by our guest expert educator, Shameka C. Brown. And for those of you who are just joining us on this final episode, I advise you to go back and watch the first 3 episodes, which have been amazing. Shameka Brown is the CEO and owner of SCB Educational Consulting LLC, and she is a professional development consultant for organizations and universities. She has over 20 years of experience in education, and she is passionate about supporting parents and children through her parent group, Parenting on Purpose. And so she is well qualified to teach us how to navigate the social emotional component as we parent our children. And so I just want to do a recap, as we've been doing before we get started, on episode 3, which was Love Languages Part 2. And remember, we've been using the 5 love languages to connect social emotional component of raising our children. And so in part 2, she talked about empathy and understanding. And she asked the question, are we focusing on the underlying emotions, or are we understanding what's driving the emotion when it comes to our children? A lot of times we focus on the behavior, what our children are doing, instead of investigating, instead of sitting back, taking a deep breath, asking Holy Spirit, hey, what's really going on with my child today? And a lot of times we allow our emotions to come in and lead us to make unhealthy and unwise decisions as how we respond to our children's behavior. So I'm telling you, I'm definitely working on that. And another thing Shameka talked about was be consistent. Y'all, this one hit me in the gut. She said, be consistent. Let your no be no and your yes be yes. Now, I can admit that in some areas of parenting, I am very strong in that, but there are some areas that I'm thinking about right now that I have an F in them. And so this is just to encourage you, to encourage us. Let's let our no's be no's and our yeses be yes, because she told us that we need to establish clear consequences for misbehavior and to just be calm and respectful. Because when we shut down our children and we don't allow them to speak, it is a trigger. And so we want to learn how to be calm and respectful. And one of the things that I always remind myself when those emotions are high, if I step out of line, is that, hey, Tiara, would you like somebody talking to you the way that you're talking to your children right now? Would you like someone to talk to you the way you're talking to your spouse right now? And so a lot of times I have to do a reverse self-check with myself and how I'm responding with the people I love, and just ask myself, hey, this tone that you're using, these words that you're using, is this something that would be beneficial to you if someone else was saying it to you? And if that answer is no, then I am practicing humility, and I apologize to my children. I apologize to my husband when I haven't been using respectful language in a calm tone to express some of the behaviors that I may not like or that need to be addressed. And so I think Shameka did an excellent job. Those were the things that stood out to me as I was listening and reflecting on episode 3, which was the Love Languages Part 2. So let us know how these tips and how this information, this education is helping to improve your relationships with your children. We want to know. So make sure that you're commenting on the YouTube channel. You can write us at tiara@RestoreHeartsTV.com. Send us an email and let us know how these episodes are impacting your life. And make sure that you stay connected with Shameka C. Brown. This is the final episode of the series, and she is an amazing teacher, an amazing educator, well-versed and well-knowledge in how to help us parent on purpose and navigate this social emotional component as we're raising our children. So make sure you follow her on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok. She's on Clubhouse. Those are the ones that I know for sure. But make sure that you follow her and stay connected to what she's doing and those things that she will be continuing to roll out as she continues to teach us how to parent on purpose. And so episode 4, you're gonna love this. This is very important. Don't skip out on this episode. I think that it's the most important one of all. And it is self-care, one-on-one for parents. What are you currently doing to take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Those are the questions that I have for you, my fellow friends of Restore Hearts TV. And so the next voice that you will hear will be the voice of Shameka C. Brown. And please make sure you have your pen and your journal, because this episode is for you. And as she speaks, you will hear of how important you are and how important it is for you to take care of you. So let us know how this episode has impacted your life. Enjoy.
Hello. Welcome back for another episode, but this time we're going to do a little something different. We're going to focus on you as the parent. Self care 101 for parents. We talked so much about understanding the behavior of our children. We talked about their love language. We went a little bit more deeper about how to parent according to their love language. But guess what? We cannot show up and parent if we're not filling our buckets that we kind of talked about last time. So I decided let's end it off with self care 101. How do we take care of ourselves as parents, as caregivers, as family members? How do we take care of self? Think about that for a moment. Self care 101. Self care is defined as taking actions to maintain and improve one's physical, emotional, and mental health. It is important for parents to practice self care to prevent burnout, maintain healthy relationship with their children, and model healthy habits for their children. Do you see the connection? If we get burned out, then our relationships are affected, and then we model unhealthy behaviors, and then we see those behaviors in our children. Full circle. We talked about the children understanding their behaviors. We talked about the love language. Now we're back to you. And that circle goes right back around to modeling. Once you have done all these things, you're either modeling positivity or we're modeling sometimes unhealthy behavior and habits. But guess what? We can always fix it. Remember what I said last week, the more we learn and we understand and we grow to know ourselves, the more we can change and become and enhance and be who we're called to be. So, we're going to talk about the importance of self care for parents. If we take the time to do the self care, it reduces the stress and the burnout that we go through. It improves our physical health. If I was in the room with you, I'd say, raise your hand. If sometimes you know when you don't move physically, when you don't do something actively, you'll find yourself tired. You find yourself overwhelmed because we're not taking care of ourselves in the manner that we should. When we have self care, our emotional well being is enhanced. What? Are you serious? Yes. Those moments where we're ready to snap off or snap at someone, that's an emotional check in to say, hey, you need to give it a moment. Have you took care of yourself? You're taking your anger, your emotions out. And sometimes, yes, it is. We should say something. But the way that we say things can affect relationships, can affect our children, can affect connections. So we have to be very, very careful about self care practices. It models healthy habits for our children. How many of us want to model healthy habits for our children? We're strong, they're strong. We smile, they're smile. It's big, right? Let's talk about how can we promote self-care. Time management. Oh my goodness. Is that a bad word? It's not a bad word, but how many of us, guilty at times, do not have good time management? And we get burned out, we get overwhelmed, we don't set those boundaries we talked about last week. We got to set boundaries. Every project is not for us to do. We have to give our children the opportunity to learn and delegate to them. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Scheduling and prioritizing. As parents, it is important that we can create a schedule that includes self care activities and prioritizing the activities over the less important tasks. If it's not that important, put it on a list for another day and practice a moment of time for yourself. Well, I got this, I got that. Doing a self evaluation. Do you have to do that or did you choose to do that? Because a lot of times when we have to do something, we really don't. There's someone else that can help us, but we have to realize we're going to burn ourselves out if we keep being, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, whatever you need. I'm the guy, I'm the girl, I'm them, I'm they. No, 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 no. It's not good for us all the time. It does not help us. It hinders us from showing up and being who we need to be in the moment. So we have to be careful. It's important to prioritize and schedule. It's important. Delegate. Oh my goodness. Sometimes we think that's a bad word, but it's not. It's a helpful word. Delegate some of your responsibilities to family members or to the children and hire someone to help you. If you know you don't like to clean your home and you're not good at it and you don't really want your children to do it, hire someone, free up some time, give that away. And if not, schedule those moments. We don't have to wash clothes every day. Schedule 1 day a week to wash, 1 day a week to focus on this. And then schedule 30 minutes a day or 2 hours also for self-care for yourself. What did I say in the beginning when we started talking about love languages? You can't fill your child's bucket or anybody else's bucket from an empty bucket. Self-care is imperative. Oh my goodness. We must say the NO word. Say no. Parents can set boundaries by saying no to activity or events that do not align with your self-care goals, your family goals, your personal goals. It is okay to say no. Intentionality in this season of life. Be intentional. Why are you going to go to that event? What is that event going to help you do? Should you, because you had a busy week at work or dealing with the kids or being the chauffeur or do you need a moment? Evaluate, set boundaries, say no. You don't feel comfortable saying no? Text no. You have the choice. You are important. The affirmation we talked about last week. You are important. Someone is waiting on you to show up as your full, authentic, loving self. But if we do not align our self-care goals, well, guess what? Do you have self-care goals? If you don't, take a moment to think about it. And then pause it, write out 3 goals for yourself, put them all throughout the house, and practice them. And tell me what you think later. Tell me how you feel. Physical self-care. Yes, we need to take care of our bodies. I was talking about one area. Now we're talking about the physical. Are you going for a walk? Are you moving throughout the house? Are you drinking your water? Are you watching the foods you put in your body? Are you showing up for yourself? Think about that, mom. Think about that, dad, grandma, auntie. What are you doing? Exercise. When I say exercise, do something that you love, not because someone told you to. Find something that brings you joy, that's going to help release the endorphin. Find something that's going to help you run, yoga, dance, improve, release. What makes you happy? Not because you saw somebody else do it. If you don't like it, you're not releasing, you're just causing more stress. So really think about what that love language is, what you like to do, and find an activity to fill that bucket. That's key. Nutrition. Yes. What we put in our bodies affect us. What we put in our body affect our emotions. What we put in our body affect our mindset. What we put in our body affects our attention. What we put in our body affects everything. So plan out healthy meals and snacks to fuel your body and maintain the energy levels that are needed so that you can continue to show up and parent on purpose and be awesome and authentic and show your children how to love, how to navigate, how to be healthy. When they see you eating watermelon, they'll eat watermelon. When they see you eat an apple, they'll eat an apple. When they see you eating blueberries, they'll want to try it. You are the model. You are the mentor. What you do, they will do. If you pick up chips, they're going to pick up chips. Be careful. Be strategic. Be intentional. Be parenting on purpose. Sleep. How many hours of sleep do you get? Let's be real. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. Establish a sleep routine and prioritize getting enough sleep to improve your mood, your focus, and your overall health. We need our rest. We got to take care. How many of us know if we don't get enough sleep, we wake up grouchy, we wake up with an attitude, we oversleep, the whole house get oversleep because now we're rushing, they're rushing, they go to school, have a bad day, but when we left home, we kind of overwhelmed with our behaviors. Got to be careful. Prioritize 8 to 10 hours of sleep. You got to think about it. What's best for you? Emotional self-care. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? Identify and express your emotions is a healthy way. I'm going to say this, and I'm pretty sure because if you're watching Restore Hearts TV, she really focuses on mental health. Find healthy ways to talk to a friend or a therapist or a pastor. You cannot do this alone. We should not get overwhelmed to where we're yelling at each other. That is unhealthy behavior. But then when we get a call from the school saying that Michelle or Matthew is screaming and yelling at the kids, and you ask Michelle and Matthew where did they get it from, and they say, well, mom, you did it, or dad, you did it to mom. Be careful, because when we show healthy ways, they learn healthy ways. We got to be careful. We got to identify and express our emotions throughout the time. The healthy way, not when we're ready to flip our lids or our teapots are overflowing from steam and we're ready to blow it off. No. And if you need more, if you're having thoughts that are not healthy, talk to a therapist. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Seek support from family and friends and other professionals. Please don't sit by yourself and watch videos and think, I watched this video and I'm okay. If you're still feeling these bulges in your body, you're feeling the sweatiness, you're feeling overwhelmed, talk to someone. Our bodies should not be anxious at all times. That's not the way our bodies were made. Our bodies is trying to tell us there's something that's going on, and we need to listen to our bodies. It's very important to listen to our bodies. We don't want heart attacks. We don't want strokes. We don't want anxiety attacks. We have to follow those small cues that we feel and hear. Headaches are not just always normal. There's something they're trying to tell you. Be very careful. Practice mindful relaxation. I go for walks. I do deep breathing. We did deep breathing in the last video. You take a moment, breathe in, count to 5, breathe out. Look for 5 things in the air that you can see, hear, smell, or touch. Realign yourself to be able to promote relaxation. You're doing it, you're teaching your children how to do it. Set aside time for hobbies. You like to read a book? You like to garden? You like to plant? You like to paint? You like to dance? Find something that's enjoyable that's gonna make you think so much and be stressed. Pick up a hobby that's something you want to do, not because your girlfriend's doing it, not because your male friend is doing it, not because it's the end thing. Do what makes you happy, where you can release and reflect. It's so important. Reflecting, it's really important. Taking breaks throughout the day so that you can rest and recharge and engage, and that you can stretch and be a part of it. Stretching, listening to music, humming, going for a walk. It's important. You are important. Plan a date night, or plan with a friend or a partner. Plan a girls' night out, plan a man's night out, and relax and enjoy. It is needed. We all need it, right? We all need time to enjoy. Take those walks. Have to be a mile, 2 miles. Do 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. Build it up. Because when you're walking, it helps release, helps reduce, helps focus. It is important to take care of you. You're like, Shameka, you're saying it over and over again. It is important to take care of you. Come a little closer, listen to me, and read my lips. You matter. You have to take care of you so you can take care of those around you. Your children need you. You need you. Your body needs you healthy. Get to moving so we can reduce the stress. Talking to myself too. Preparing healthy meals. Now, if you don't feel like you're good, find your meal prepper or take some classes, read a book, get a cookbook. Find a way to ensure that you are taking care of your body with the foods that you're putting in it. Because a lot of foods cause emotions, a lot of foods cause anxiety. We got to be careful and listen to our body when we eat certain things. An example, a guilty example, I love ice cream, I love cake. But when I have it the next morning, a lot of mucus, and I am not myself. And I know it. So why do I do it? I'm changing, deciding to do something different, realizing I need to take care of me. It matters. You matter. We all matter. For our little people, our teenagers, our middle schoolers, our high schoolers, our loved ones, we need to take care of ourselves. Create a sleep routine. Establish a bedtime routine that includes relaxation, reading, or taking a warm bath. Improve the quality of your sleep. Remember, we always give our babies a bath and they were knocked out. It's reciprocal. Give ourselves a bath. A warm cup of tea, read a book, cut the electronics off 30 minutes before bedtime. The lights and stuff can keep you up and charged. Cut off Facebook. Apple has a new time management. Cut it off. Set boundaries. 9 o'clock, Facebook is off. Don't come back on till 11 o'clock. You got it. You got it. You matter. You're important. Emotional self-care. Journal. I talked about this before. I have a journal. I'm always journaling. They call me the notebook person. But I journal, I put a date for them when I started and I finish it out. And then I put it on the shelf. And I can go back and see where my emotions were. Identify the process of the emotion, the thoughts, and the experiences you're having. It matters. Talking to a friend, a support group, receiving and get your feelings validated and supported is important. Practice, meditation, relaxation techniques help reduce stress, improve emotional regulation, and promote overall health. Promoting self-care for parents involves time management, physical self-care, and emotional self-care strategies. That includes setting aside time for those hobbies, walking, and practicing. Encouragement to prioritize. As a parent, prioritize your self-care. It can help improve your own health and well-being, maintain positive relationship with your children, and model healthy habits for your children. So, as we end off today, I hope this time that we spend together understanding behavior, love language, and focusing on ourselves has given you some ideas on how to continue to work on yourself so that you continue to show for your children. As we mentioned before, it is important that we take care of ourselves and those that we love. But most of all, if you don't take care of you, you cannot be the parent on purpose. You can't be the intentional woman that you need to be. You can't be the fix-it-all father that you need to be, or the grandma, or the grandpa. You have to make sure you are okay. Give yourself permission to live. Give yourself permission to love. Give yourself permission to have peace. I give myself permission. Say it with me. I give myself permission for peace. I give myself permission for self-care. I give myself permission to show up and be who I am called to be. I give myself permission to set boundaries. I give myself permission to say no. I give myself permission to love me and realize self-care is not selfish. Have a great one. Thank you for listening in with me today.
For watching this episode of RestoreHearts TV.
Life is a journey, and there are many moments. Some moments are smooth. You flow through them effortlessly. There are other moments when life's challenges interrupt your momentum, yet you find the strength to get back on track, to keep moving. So even if you have to crawl to make it there, do it, because victory belongs to you. You are equipped to handle every part of the journey. You were created to overcome this. Don't give up. I love you.